Trans-Siberian Railway. Russia is home to the world's longest railroad. The Trans-Siberian Railway spans nearly all the way across the country. Moscow, Russia's capital, serves as the starting point. All cars depart from here and make the 9,289-kilometer or 5,772-mile trek to Vladivostok, a far eastern Russian port not far from the North Korean border. The town marks the end of a seemingly endless journey which lasts roughly 152 hours in total if no stops are made. Construction began in 1891 and was completed in 1916 under the supervision of government ministers handpicked by Tsar Alexander III and Nicholas II. World's largest McDonald's. Viewers from the United States and many other countries across the world take the fast food franchise McDonald's for granted, seemingly finding them in every town you may visit. In 1990, Moscow, Russia made headlines when they opened up the country's first McDonald's, and they did it with style. Boasting a record 28 cash registers and some 700 seats inside the restaurant, the opening day brought in more than 30,000 customers, some waiting up to 6 hours to order, which is a franchise record for the McDonald's, which is located in Pushkin Square in Moscow. World's largest freshwater lake. When you think of the world's largest freshwater lake that is unfrozen, most people think of Lake Superior, which is bordered by Ontario, Canada, as well as Michigan, Minnesota, and Wisconsin in the United States. However, they'd be wrong, kind of. As far as surface area is concerned, Lake Superior easily takes the cake. But when we talk about volume, it doesn't hold a candle to Lake Baikal in Russia. Lake Baikal is about 1/3 the size of Lake Superior as far as surface area goes, but by volume, Lake Baikal is over double the size of Lake Superior at 23,600 cubic kilometers. Largest country. Russia is the world's largest country at over 6.5 million square miles or 17 million square kilometers, but is ranked number 9 as far as population goes, with just over 140 million citizens, which is less than half the size of the United States and roughly 1/10 the size of China. The country is 1/3 larger than Canada and includes 9 different time zones, more than any other country. So, how big is Russia as far as land mass goes? Well, there is more area there than the surface of Pluto. With all this space, Russia has been given the chance to drill and mine valuable resources provided by the Earth. These include coal, oil, timber, and, most importantly, natural gas. Their reserves of natural gas are so large, in fact, that an estimated 13.2 billion Olympic-sized swimming pools can be filled with the substance. Russian inventors. Alexander Popov, a Russian professor of physics, announced and demonstrated his system of wireless communication at a conference held in St. Petersburg University in March of 1896. Sadly enough, he was not able to publish the creation because he worked for a military institution. May 7th is known in the Russian Federation as Radio Day because it celebrates that date in 1895 when Popov presented his invention to the Russian Physical and Chemical Society. After studying Nikola Tesla's and Popov's work, an inventor named Guglielmo Marconi was awarded the radio's patent in 1897. Russian inventors have also given the world several other beneficial things, including the grain harvester, television set, and synthetic rubber, which is used in tires. The railway system. Russia's metro system transports 7 to 9 million travelers daily, more than London and New York City combined. To descend into Moscow's underground transport is to take a step back in time to the mid-1930s. It is decorated with communist-style architecture, including large chandeliers and massive marble columns. The network was constructed under Premier Joseph Stalin's supervision and is amongst the most intricately designed railway systems in the world. traditions and superstitions. Many countries have their own unique superstitions, Russia being no different. One of their bizarre superstitions is that most Russians will never shake hands over a doorway, claiming that it is a bad omen that will lead to an argument. Men will not give their lady counterparts an even number of roses, claiming that it's bad luck, that an even number of flowers is associated with funerals. During pregnancy, it is bad luck to buy the woman anything for their newborn before the child is born. Gifts should be purchased after a safe delivery. Finally, licking food off of a knife is considered taboo. A person who does this is considered very cruel. Russian nesting dolls. A matryoshka, or Russian nesting doll, is a popular souvenir often brought back by tourists. This refers to wooden dolls that gradually decrease in size, all placed inside one another. The first of these was hand-carved in 1890 by an independent woodcarver and aspiring craftsman. Traditionally, the woman on the outermost shell is dressed in sarafat, the most commonly worn Russian jumper dress, which can also be found in Finnish culture. The figure's size vary in gender, but in almost all cases, the innermost one, also the smallest, is always a baby carved from a single piece of wood. Themes have included characters in fairy tales to even political figures. Russian cuisine. Golubtsi is a stuffed cabbage dish served in Russia and some Middle Eastern countries. This food often comes in the form of ground beef mixed with boiled rice or buckwheat, all wrapped together in cabbage leaves. Golubtsi is believed to have been carried over from the 18th century when grilled dove was a popular meal. Because of its price, many of the common folks couldn't afford such a luxurious course and tried to imitate the taste and shape. It goes without saying that the most enjoyed accompaniment to this meal is vodka. But for the younger children, a more appropriate choice is mors. This is a sweet, juice-like drink made from fermented bilberries, a Russian berry slightly resembling the cranberry. It is commonly mixed with alcohol, but the amount is so minuscule, 1% in most cases, that its presence is rarely noticed. Planting the seed. Although much is unknown about the couple's life, many reliable sources claim that a couple living in the 1700s in Russia holds the record for the most children birthed by a single woman, with a staggering total of 69, only 2 of which had not survived infancy. The woman gave birth to 16 pairs of twins, 7 sets of triplets, and 4 sets of quadruplets. What makes her even more unique is she had exactly 27 childbirths, meaning she never gave birth to just one child. Russians also hold the record for the oldest plant regenerated from a seed at nearly 32,000 years old, according to carbon dating estimates. The seeds were uncovered surrounded by ice, accompanied by mammoth and woolly rhinoceros bones, and were thought to be selectively placed there by a thoughtful squirrel. What is most impressive about the Silene stenophila is that the plant no longer existed on Earth prior to finding the seeds, at least not with the same characteristics. The modern-day S. stenophila, native to Siberia, has much different flower shapes.